WICB Ithaca presents
5, 4, 3,
Ladies and
2,
gentlemen,
1.
Check it out. Countdown to the weekend.
92 WICB, Countdown to the Weekend. Thanks for joining us on 91.7 FM. Sean here with you, and
I'm Michayla.
And Michayla as well. Right now, we're starting off on a really, really strong note with Alexander Beggins on the phone from Wild Child. Alexander, how you doing?
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show. You have a big show tonight that's going to be in Ithaca. It's 8 p.m. at the Haunt. We'll talk a little bit more about that soon. Last night, I saw on your Twitter, you had a slight roadblock. What happened?
We're talking about what happened yesterday with our van.
Yeah.
Essentially, what's going on is if something can go wrong, it is right now.
It always does.
And yeah, I mean, we're definitely accustomed to that. But this one, we call them the haters, and they make everything go wrong for us. So the haters they're having a really good week.
It happens.
Our van broke down, and we're in a U-Haul right now, and we have some flights out of New York in the morning, and we're trying to figure out if the blizzard's going to get us or not. And
yeah, it happens.
One thing for sure is we going to be at the show.
That's all that matters, and I'm telling you, there's going to be a really good turnout. By the way, everyone listening, you might want to stick around for a couple minutes. We're going to be doing a giveaway to that show tonight.
We had a blast last time we were here. I think it was about a year ago. I guess we have a knack for touring up here when it's the absolute coldest.
Right, you're from Austin, Texas. So are you missing the warm weather a little bit?
Right now, yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah, you get used to it after a couple of years here, but
we run thick with Texas blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun at first. It's like, oh, snow. And,
right.
And that kind of ends quickly.
It's a real treat for you guys then.
Yeah, one snowball fight, and then we're good.
It's fine. You can just keep playing music if that's what you guys are best at.
Yeah, it's one of the only things we're good at. So.
And you guys are you're touring all around right now. Have you made a full 360 around the country yet?
Yeah, there was a little break for Christmas, but we were out all of October, November, and first half of December, and we jumped back in the tour a week and a half ago, and yeah, we're flying everywhere. We're doing everything.
Nice. So I want to talk about this most recent album that you've released. We've been playing your song Fools lately on the station, and it's also off the album called Fools. Can you tell us a bit about your inspiration for the album?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing about Wild Child is we've always kind of written about what's going on in our life. We kind of use music as an emotional outlet. Fools, we were, self-proclaimed road dogs, and it affects your relationships, when we're on the road all the time. So Kelsey was going through a pretty bad breakup. She was actually engaged to be married, and then kind of her fiance was in a band called Whiskey Shivers, and they were just apart too much. So she had a lot to talk about, and so it's kind of a really personal record for her specifically.
That's nice coming from a listener standpoint too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, like you write it and then you go and record it, and then you don't kind of realize that you have to kind of open your diary every night in front of a big crowd of people.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's one thing that we're always is honest with our lyrics. We don't try and sugarcoat anything or write something if it's not happened to us.
And that's definitely true with listeners too. We want to connect with a band. We want to connect with the person singing. So I think I've really seen that in the Fools album. So I really appreciate what you guys have done with it.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really happy with it, and working on the next one. We just kind of never stop.
You can't stop the music. You got to keep going. So what's the next timeline?
Well, we've released an album every other October since 2010. So it kind of started out as a joke. Like the second record came out, and we were like, oh, weird. The first one came out in October as well, and then this last record, there's some delays with the label, and it actually came out in October as well. I guess October 2017, if we're on pace.
92 WICB. Sean and Michayla here with you, as well as Alexander Beggins from Wild Child. Alex, so you're the lead vocals there. You also play ukulele and lead vocals along with Kelsey Wilson, of course. Do you think you fell in love more with writing first and writing music, or playing music first? Which one did you fall in love with first?
I think looking back, I fell in love with writing. It's always been a part of my life since I was a kid, and my dad was a player, and that's kind of how we started off. Bonding was over music and him teaching me guitar. I didn't start playing or gigging really until I was, a couple bad bands in high school and whatnot that we won't mention. But the writing's always been, I'm not a very spiritual person, but it's kind of like the closest thing that I have to a religion is taking time to sit down and write and express things and get things on paper.
Absolutely, it's the best way to get something. It's the best way to get something off your mind. Even if it's just writing a novel or writing music, and it's great that you found a way to connect with that. Did you teach yourself writing, or it's just something you just started doing naturally? Yeah,
totally self-taught in every which way. And I think though that what's special about Wild Child is that I don't think I was a very good songwriter until I met Kelsey. I kind of learned to write, co-write together in a way that I'd never done before. I can do certain things well, and she can do certain things well, and when we come together, it just kind of happens really organically and magically.
How do you and Kelsey usually go about writing the songs? I mean, do you write a verse and she writes the verse, or do you just sit together and bang them out?
It's evolved, but it's kind of always been a similar thing. I'll come up with a riff, and I pretty much just anytime I have an idea, I make a little voice memo on my phone, and I'll send it to her, or we're together, I'll play it for her, and she'll start humming along to it, and then we sit down and kind of ask each other what's going on and in each other's lives and whatnot, and then we just start kind of writing, and oh, that line, that's a cool line. Let's run with that, and then we're pretty quick about it, and we'll have a skeleton of the song pretty much every time we sit down together, and then we take it to the band and make it what it is.
Has your band had a history of being like a family, or is this a recently developed family that you've had?
Well, there's some literal family. Our piano player is my cousin. But just from the start, when we recorded our first record, we pulled in friends and family, and then it's kind of stuck that way. And it really is a true family now. We spend so much time together in such little spaces and small green rooms and small hotel rooms that,
Absolutely.
We fight and love each other.
Now, where do you see Wild Child in 5 years from now?
Hopefully doing the exact same thing. It's business. I wish that it was kind of, if you do this, this, and this, then you'll be successful. But it's just not. It's a grind. So if we're still touring and people are still buying our music, then, we're happy.
They absolutely will still be buying your music. I know I'll still be buying your music. We'll still be playing the music here on WICB. I know that, of course.
All right, well, I'm going to call you guys in about 5 years.
Absolutely. I'll call you. I hope you have the same number in a couple of years. I'm going to call you back. So you must be pretty excited for the show tonight at the Haunt.
Absolutely. Great time. We were chatting about that in the car earlier. This was a really good show last time we were here. We're a couple hours away and getting some Dunkin' Donuts coffee here, and
most excellent.
That's the way to do it. 8 p.m., doors open at 7 at the Haunt, and we're going to have a ticket giveaway coming up in just a couple minutes, so stick around, everyone, and we can give you a chance to see that show for free for Wild Child. And once again, Alexander Beggins from Wild Child. Thanks a lot for coming on with us, Alexander.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm glad it worked out. We were driving through the mountains and looking at our connection, and I don't know if we're going to get through.
Well, it worked out, and right now we're going to go into Fools, the song, my personal favorite from Wild Child. And once again, show tonight, 8 p.m., The Haunt. Thanks again, Alex.
All right. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Thinking that I might go crazy. How am I supposed to breathe now?